And then over here we've got the barge, which I think I'll jump on from the other side because the little spot I left where you can climb up is over on the other side. And as we come along here, we come to another hobbit hole. I don't remember whose this one was, or if this was another freestyle. Because I think I was mainly working off of that one by Flip and just kind of messing with the concept. But this one meanders through a whole big section of the mountain that it's carved into. Got somebody here cooking up some soup, some cake, and other food all over the place. Because, you know, Hobbit Hole, you gotta have stuff for breakfast and second breakfast, and lunch and tea and dinner and afters. Oh, hello, sheep. I was wondering whose feet I was hearing out there. Workspace area here. And some more hobbit holes. Actually, let me look at this one from over here. There we go. Yeah, and this is that same sort of design that nothing really in that room. Bedroom here. Interesting ceiling. Marvin! You've been stealing stuff. Because I know I did not leave that like that. Come on now. Yes, this was the first one with Flip's design, because I remember he had this whole thing he said about setting this up for if you were going to go on a quest somewhere that might involve a ring, you need to be able to grab your stuff before you head out the door. And kitchen area. Baking area. Enchanting area. And dining area with another jukebox, because why not? Of course I grabbed a cat. Okay. And a couple other little ones that I attempted, and I know these were freestyle because they went not at all the way I wanted. And I ended up doing like nothing with the inside, like at all, other than to have a bed there. What in the world? I mean, that one can't even be Marvin. That's just me. And then I never put any. What? I don't even know. I don't even know. Okay, whatever. We're moving on. I kind of skipped by the watchtower for this end of the river. There we go. Managed to hop in there. And this one's an AdieCraft design. The fun story with this one is that the balconies were something I added. Because I thought, well, how does a watchtower work if you can't go outside to look around? Plus, I decided I was using this for hunting phantoms. So we've got another blaze up here. I mean, it makes sense that the folks with the bows should be blazes. They shoot at you. So um so yeah, keeping an eye out for any trouble. So yeah, I added the balconies and posted it to Adie's Discord, and Adie ended up adding balconies to their original design, which was kind of cool. I don't know if they went for all four, um, but again, it does seem to make sense for a watchtower that you would want to have 360-degree access to scope out what's going on in the world. And then we come down here. And check out the little touristy cabins. Um, this one's designed by MythicalSausage. And I actually remembered to, oh no, yeah, the MythicalSausage. I actually remembered to put the sign on there. Has a little, what is my malfunction with the boat? Come on. Little like greenhouse area attached to it. And then these others, some of them were freestyle, some of them were tutorials, and I don't remember anymore which is what. And I did not label them, sadly. I need to be better with that. And then we come over here. We have a little bee area. Hi, bees. And some mushrooms. And a little like fishing cottage that also has some like market stalls of a sort. This was a SheepGG design. It's got space to do most of the things you would need to do. Various workstations, including one that has no point other than to look cool or give a villager a profession. But I still like it because it looks cool. And a couple of beds and even a little bit of farmland downstairs for while I was working on all this other stuff down here. It has a little water park because we don't have enough water all over the place. We need water fountains too. This would be the boat that goes to and from Thornbury Park, and another BlueNerd design. The crane, on the other hand, is designed by Dreymasmith. And then we have, welcome to River Sanctuary. And we have various different market stalls, so you can get some fish. We've got fresh cod and fresh salmon in here. Some maps for sale. Flowers for sale. Another little water feature area. And a spot where you can grab a bite to eat. And this was the original lighthouse that I had decided to build, designed by BlueNerd. And in here I put another map, and this one with a different, yet another harbor master for this end. So there's the central one who's supposed to sort of coordinate everything, and then the two lighthouse folks keeping track of what's going on around here. And storage area over here. little area to sleep. I did not do a written book because I hadn't been thinking about that at that stage when I built this. You can actually go all the way up to the top. Theoretically, except apparently I'm just not going to be able to do. I put glass there. Okay, well, whatever. There's not really any really need to maintain anything up there. Okay. And then, oh, I left that boat over here, didn't I? Oh, and the TARDIS. I showed the kit before, but this is the TARDIS from Blue Owl. Yep, which this one's keeping an eye on so that no creepers come around and cause any problems, because this took a lot of work to put together, but it was such a great learning experience. There are 3 armor stands that make this up. And basically that's to get the light on top. There is an armor stand for each of those. And while it took me multiple times and a lot of failures to get the hang of it, that's a good thing, because that gave me a lot more confidence in working with armor stands. And some of the things you can do beyond just posing them. All right, let's get my boat. We gotta, fishing that out to dry there. And then come over this way. Well, first of all, I didn't show these at all. And this is one of the areas where I'm either right at the very border or possibly slightly over the border of my base with these 3 little mushroom things in the swampy area. And please tell me I put a sign somewhere saying whose design this is. If not, I will just have to, again, look it up and put it in the description. Yeah, no, I didn't. Lovely. But I really love this using the shroom blocks. It's perfect for and especially mixing in the mossy cobble in a swamp, and then using the scaffolding to hold the windows so that nothing can actually come through, because that makes it less than a block tall and wide. We have a witch here working on, I guess I didn't know how to do this yet at that point. Let's get rid of the base plate. There we go. And then upstairs, just have a little area here. Didn't put anything in the book. And there is actually a secret way out if you need to make a run for it. But we're not going to use that right now. And then there are some walkways connecting these 3 and some farmland in between them. These were really, really fun to build. I love this table design, especially because it does also give you a way to have like an emergency escape route. It's very cool. They're all pretty similar on the inside. Okay. And then we have the bridge that leads to Thornbury Park. Right, goes all the way down here to Wes's base, and then comes up this way. So Wes did all this part here, because this is in the sort of aesthetic of his base. And then I sort of started doing a transition to be a little more in the aesthetic of my base. So it's kind of transitions slowly, and then gets more like mossy as we get into swampy areas, and more colorful as we get closer and closer to my base. And then this, I forget which was the actual southernmost point of my base. I think it was actually this post right here. So now you're actually into my base. And at this point, get back there, you can either go, let's grab that, over to the village that's adjacent to my base, over there, which is where I do a lot of my trading. I had ideas about convincing one of the villagers to come over here and staff some sort of tourist information center that never sort of quite happened. Thank you for guarding the bridge. And then this leads back up to the main center area of my base. And we have the boathouse that I decided at the last minute needed adding. I did finally pretty up around it a little, gave it some flower boxes at least, so it wasn't quite so bland. Because with the way I have the boats in there, it doesn't really work to have windows. So yeah, this is where you can rent a boat if you need one. Then we have various folks just sort of, yeah, hi there, living along here. These are KelpietheFox houses. KelpietheFox has a whole series of tiny houses that I basically built all of them because they are very handy for something exactly like this, where you just want something that kind of has the aesthetic, um, but doesn't take up a whole lot of space. And even without the fancy texture pack, it still works. Um, I don't remember if that was a specific Kelpie the Fox or what that where that one came from. This is also Kelpie though. I've done iterations of this over on Eternia as well. I really like this little one. But again, I didn't actually put a lectern with a written book. I don't know why I didn't think of that at that stage of the game. But yeah, more tiny houses. Hi there. And the bookshop, which I finally put some finishing touches on, including the one that Stina recommended during the tour yesterday. Because we did actually go inside here and she made the observation that the bookshop needed a cat. And I tried to tame a cat over at the village, but they weren't coming with me. So I ended up with 3 cats. Because why not? I added more books, including some that I've read more recently that I wanted to add, and others that I hadn't thought of including before. But yeah, this has a lot of my favorite books, like Glamour and Glass by Mary Robinette Kowal, Iron Widow by Xiran J. Zhao, I probably just butchered that, and I apologize. When Sorrows Come by Shauna McGuire. Space Unicorn Blues by TJ Berry. Universe? Oh, Sal and Gabby Break the Universe by Carlos Hernandez. That is such a fun book. So yeah, just a lot of my favorite books. Not all of them. I have a lot of favorite books, but quite a lot of them in the bookshop. I still have mixed feelings about having rendered it in Blackstone, because the original was in purpur, but in in Kelpie's texture pack, purpur actually looks like navy blue bricks, which this is closer to. And then we have the potions shop with the witch's hat roof that I just adore, where all my potions live. And I still have an absurd number of potions that are never going to end up being used. But, the point was it's fun making them. I just really enjoy doing potions. A little nondescript literal bedroom up there because that's all that's in there is a bed. And then let's take a look at the barge, which is another build that I do not remember the name of the designer, unfortunately. Hello, Double Fudge. Thank you for keeping an eye on this. Yes, so some of the goods that are from River Sanctuary are warped warp blocks and nether warp blocks because, oh my goodness, do we have a lot of those. And the boat itself has a fairly modern interior. Downstairs is a little more rustic. Yep. Okay, and then, no, I gotta go this way to go upstairs to get to the control area. Come on now. There we go. So we've got the captain. He's got a map here and a clock and various toggles and levers and things. Yep. Oh yeah, and then up at the front part, we've got some of the stuff that's coming from Thornbury Park, which I did not do wool, but wheat. The kelp is coming from here. Pumpkins galore because they were very easy to make it light up because jack-o'-lanterns. And some, what do you call them? Watermelons. Yep, those. And we've got like the radio wire, I think, up here. Yeah. So that's the barge, which is a very shallow and long boat so that it can carry the same amount of stuff as those bigger ships that can make good time across the ocean but can't make it through the narrower and shallower river. And then here we've got the flower shop, which actually sits atop my flower farm. all different kinds of flowers. Another Kelpie the Fox design. And a little greenhouse area. Upstairs is again pretty much just a literal bedroom. And then down here we've got the flower farm with any number of flowers. Then at the back, we have some of the larger plants and things, including some larger mushrooms, regular and nether varieties. And then we get into the behind the scenes area, including the barn, mythical sausage build. All the llamas despawned eventually, which is hilarious because when I leave the trader llamas wandering around, they never seem to despawn. But stick them in there and they do. Got some horses. Got my sheep. All 16 colors plus Jeb. Regular cows and mushrooms. And a whole bunch of mushroom stew. You know what? Let's have some mushroom stew because I am a little hungry here. There we go. My little axolotl pond that I almost forgot to show her. It was so lucky that she heard them and came over here because I totally forgot. And how do you not show Stina axolotls? Um, I did not succeed ever in getting a blue. I actually didn't really strive for it either because I saw how much work it was for her to try to get the blue one. So I just have the four major ones. Get back in the water, you. No, back in the water. Water is right there. Go inside. Go. Yeah, there you go. I'm amazed that none of them have managed to dry themselves out. And then just my original starter farms for, I'm lucky I didn't just break that, um, for most stuff. Um, and the Tree o' Doom to cover up the nether tree grinder. And then the somewhat more, the semi-automated. Well, no, these are automated. That's semi-automated because you still have to chop it all down yourself. But these are fully automated. But they're also like mini farms. They don't turn out a whole lot, but they do turn out some. That's interesting. Okay. More cactus than I could ever need. And another little sleep area. On the other side of these azalea trees, we have the path that goes over to the nether portal and comes through this archway, courtesy of Cortezerino. And I am so glad to have found also from Cortezerino a way to a better machine for that, which also gets rid of this. Because it does both getting the initial little sprouts and the big trees. Um, so that is a savings of space and effort for sure. And that is what I will be using next season because I will still undoubtedly want to do lots with these woods. And then my storage house by SheepGG. And over there, my fishing hut. This little um, thing of glowberries that DSA made for me because I never found glowberries, but she did, so she brought these over and set this up for me, which I love. Yeah, this is where when folks needed nighttime and were asking people not to sleep, I would just go here and fish. And I did that a lot. And it is deep enough here that I did get, enchanted things. I wasn't trying to turn you, I was trying to open the barrel. And those, and way more ink than I could ever need. More saddles and stuffs. Yep. Hey, Zed. But yeah, then I really love this storage house by SheepGG. Um, I don't think I will use it again because next season, DSA and Celestial and I are going to be basing together and we'll have a central automated storage. Um, and we will need it for some of the build stuff we have in mind. That will be absolutely necessary. So I will miss this, but it has served me well throughout this season, even though it has become somewhat disorganized as new items got, added in 1.17 and I had to squeeze them in. And then my bedroom down here with Peppermint Patty, who brings me all kinds of fun gifts when I go there to sleep. And then the mine, which isn't much to see. And boy, did I get carried away with that ceiling did not have to go so high. But yeah, all the branches are blocked off. I've used this as an AFK spot. That was where my original dripstone farm was. Yes, Toffee Coffee. Hello there. More branch mining. Sweeney Dunston's basalt generator. I will have a basalt generator next season too, but it will not be this. I have seen much more streamlined designs that I will absolutely plan to use. First time I've ever had a creeper farm. And it has actually done pretty well. Yeah. And since I don't actually fly that much, it turned out I didn't need that much. So it's just as well that it's not super efficient because like most of the stuff around here is lit up, but not all. And again, we're at this point, we're under the tree, which is the easternmost part of the base. So anything beyond this is not my base. And a little bit of it got lit up, but not too much. So yeah, note to self, things like mob farms should probably be a little more centralized so they've got a better chance of stuff around them being lit up. But how that's going to work in 1.18, I don't even know because of the changes in mob spawn rules. I mean, underground stuff's at 0 anyway, so less of a... there's less ambiguity, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what change there ends up being. I think, though, that is actually everything. And we'll see if I end up breaking this into 2 or what. Because the estimate... No, there's still no date for when Season 3 will start. But the estimate at the moment is mid-December. So there's a couple weeks. So maybe I'll split this in 2 because it is really long. It is like an hour and a half long, I think. So probably by this point you're watching the end of it going, yes, you did split it in 2, or no, you did not. But either way, Season 3 will be coming. And it's time for me to go spend some time on Eternia in the meantime because I have been neglecting Eternia while getting ready to wrap up the season here. Um, I am going to miss season 2 on this server. It has been a blast, but I am really looking forward to season 3 as well. So, thank you so much for coming along for this journey and for watching. And yeah, until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.